name is Gonçalo. I'm the co-founder and CEO of SyndicateRoom. And today I'm going to explain how preference shares and what they typically come with, which is liquidation preferences, may have an impact on your own financial return on your own investment. Let's assume that you have invested into a company when it was small and it was worth £4 million. And let's assume you invested £1 million and got 25% on B shares. At the same time, let's assume that a venture capitalist, for example, invested 25% for the same 1 million as well, but in preference shares, which I'm calling pref. Now let's imagine that this company goes on to become really successful. And out of 4 million, it actually goes up to become a, say, £100 million company. Now, the way these £100 million are distributed amongst all shareholdings when the company is bought out by 100 million, when there are liquidation preferences, that typically means that the £1 million invested by the preference shareholders gets taken out first, and then the remaining 99 million gets distributed according to the percentage of shareholding. In this case, it would be 25% to the pref shares, 25% to B shares, and the remaining to the founders, probably. Now, this sounds like a great return, right? B class shares just got 24.75 million return out of a 1 million investment, and preference shares got a little bit more because they got their £1 million first, so they got 25.75 million return. Now, no one would be upset with a return that is over 24 times the money that they've invested. However, the problem becomes, what happens if the company unfortunately doesn't go on to become successful and goes down in value, and which might happen, down to £2 million value, total value, and it's bought out by another company for £2 million. Let's have a look at what happens when this down round, or this sale for £2 million happens. Out of the £2 million, the liquidation preference means that the preference shareholders they still take the money they've invested first. So they take 1 million out. So that goes to the pref shares. Now the remaining £1 million is distributed equally, so 25% for pref shares, and then 25% for B shares. This means that the final outcome, if the company doesn't do well or as well as hoped, this means that pref shares will end up with the £1 million that they take out first, plus 25% of the second £1 million. So they end up with 1.25 million. So they end up with a positive return. Not much return, but a positive return. The downside is incredibly limited by this liquidation preference, because they take their money out first. The B shareholders that shared all the risk from the beginning, all the way throughout, and then all the way to the very end to £2 million, only take 25% of the £1 million. So they take £250,000, which is a negative of £750,000 compared to what the £1 million they had invested before. So if you look at the final result, the preference shareholders will be in profit, not a lot, but it will be in profit, whereas the B class shares will actually lose a very significant amount of money, about 3/4 of their investment. And this is why you should be very careful when investing in the different classes of shares when compared to other investors, is because just because you're investing in the same company, it doesn't mean that you're getting the same deal or investment opportunity. Thank you. I hope you liked this video. I hope this helped explaining what liquidation preferences are. And I hope you enjoy watching the other videos that we are making available as part of this series. Thank you.